Howdy, I'm in Charlotte, South Carolina. I think. Let me check on my Columbia. Sorry, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. There's a brand new Petro in here. I've never been here before. Very nice, and they have Starbucks inside. You know, like not just urns with coffee, but real Starbucks. And what I wanted to say is that I've been driving and thinking about a couple of things, because what else you got to do when you're a trucker, right? That's why a lot of thinking guys become truckers. You got lots of time on your hand, right? One quick update about the GPS. I tried to use a truck route today. No, the other day, I think, when I had that transformer. So the transformer was 80,000 pounds, and this was a 4-axle Trail King, which I'm pretty sure was heavier than my Fontaine. So I tried, when I was using the TomTom trucker, I tried to put in the real gross weight, like, because after you're done with the route, the next page that opens is your vehicle configuration, where you just check your height, width, and I try to put what was it, like 100, so if it's 80 plus 50 roughly, so 125,000 pounds. I put that. As soon as I click next, the weight just reduces to 80,000. So what kind of a trucking GPS is this? Look, basically you cannot even put in your real weight, And then when I click next, again, to search for a trucking route, no, wait a second, I think it was with this one. It was with this, yeah, so the weight did not work, right? So I was not happy about that. And then with this load, with this big crate I'm hauling down south to South Carolina, I tried to put this one at the border to plan the route, and it was like like 800 miles, right? This thing was so slow, and I see the percentage completion, it's processing the route. It was taking forever, and then finally got stuck at about like 95% and would not move, So I had to shut it down, go to a car mode, and that's what I'm using it at. I like the screen. The screen is nice, but I'm just using it as a car mode only, because I don't know, I think it's useless, As soon as you put it into a trucking mode, it's just it has to go through too much data, and it just slows down. Like the tablet and the phone are much faster with the Google Maps. It's like almost, I don't know, it takes like 5 seconds to plot a route, right? So, but I don't want to use it in the States. But if somebody lives in the US and you just have a nice plan, I would choose Google Maps on a tablet, on a small tablet like what I have, every time over the GPS. It's just like these are, I think it's like dated. So even whenever I take an Uber, like a ride, I never saw a guy with a GPS. All of these guys are just using their smartphones, because they have the Uber app on it. So everybody is using Google Maps, or maybe Uber actually has their own app that it shows them the map. But anyway, and I found one issue I had with this was that everything was in the direction of the travel. I don't like that. So it's like you're driving and all the time the line is vertical. Like, what's the point, right? I mentioned this before. And there's 3D mode and 2D in the direction of travel. And then I found a trick, is that when you click on the bottom, top left, there's like a little compass sign that says that shows which way you're going. Like, for example, now it says that as if I'm going northeast. If you click on that, it opens kind of like a general view, shows you all your route from beginning to end. And then it occurred to me, wait a second, there's plus and minus on there. So I used the plus, and I was able to increase the scale. Let me just show you. I was able to increase the scale to pretty much manageable, what I always do, and now it shows the proper way. Like, you see, that's, but of course, you see, like, it doesn't, very messy, like the touch screen. And so I came like this. I took kind of like the bypass, right? and now I'm somewhere here, and then I have to take it's I-26. Okay, yeah, that's the general way where the truck is always moving up, and then I go like this, and then you see I can do this because I don't have a lot of. That's my only last interchange. And also I like this. You can see you can choose points of interest you want to see on the right, and I chose just rest areas. I want to see rest areas only, and you see it says 19 kilometers, or I don't know, 12 miles to the next rest area. And then you can remove it, I think, if you click on it. Yeah, it disappears if you don't want it, but I like that. So yeah, but again, in a COM mode, this is an excellent GPS, you know. See? So that's what I do. I just increase it. And also one good thing is that some GPSs in this mode, they will reset, because of course it gives you automatic magnification when you come to you know, where you have to take a turn. Right away it magnifies the screen, changes, it shows you like which lanes you have to be in. And some GPSs had before, after that, when it switches back to the map view, it resets the map to like factory scale, and then you have to mess with the plus minus again. But this thing surprisingly does not do that. It returns back to what I chose for the scale. So, you know, works for me, except that, yeah, it's very slow. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say is that what I was thinking about is the truck. So officially the sale is over. The truck is no longer for sale. I killed my Kijiji ad. Kijiji, you know, online classifieds in Canada, and it might be still on truck paper, but I'm not selling anymore. I talked to Kenworth, to the Kenworth sales guy today, and I said the good news, bad news. I said the truck did not sell, but the good news is that I'm gonna see you in October. October this year, this truck will be 3 years old. And usually when you you know, financing something, 3 years is kind of like the break even point, where the price, the retail price is higher than what you owe, and the trade-in also works. Whereas before, Kenworth was very generous with the trade-in, much better than other guys, but still it was not enough for a down payment. Like the difference between what they offered and what I owed on the truck, it was not enough to cover the 10% of the truck, because now the truck is much more expensive, the new one, right? Almost what, like 90,000 Canadian. But now it went down a bit because our dollar is stronger, and so sorry, saw a text message. Somebody was texting me about something. I'm not driving, so that's why I'm using my hands. And so yeah, that's what I said. I said October, I want to come see you, and let's reevaluate the trade-in. Hopefully it'll be okay, because of course now, last time we did this, it was January, and now the truck will have about 320,000 kilometers roughly. I'm guessing 190-200,000 miles, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I said let's shoot for the same T800 with big axles, you know, long wheelbase, big tires, everything massive, everything. The goal is actually not so much to haul freight, but to stand out. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's gonna be a heck of a truck. Of course, big power, lots of power, maximum torque, maximum horsepower. And the good news is that because I'll be getting it so late in the year, it'll be a 2019 model, 2019, which I always love when you get a truck of the, you know, model year way ahead, because then it's easier to kind of sell, because people, you know, subconsciously still think, like, even for example my truck, right, I got it in October 14, it was built in August 2014, but the model is 2015, and so on paper it says 2015 Mac. But even as you see, even that did not help, so the truck did not sell, right? But honestly, like, it works, right? You saw me hauling 80,000 pounds, 90,000 pounds. I don't know what the problem is. Like, okay, I don't have warranty now, but who does after 3 years unless you paid, 12, 15 grand over? And that's one thing, of course, that my truck will have is 5 years of warranty. I want everything covered. I don't want any of these $3,000 surprises like what happened with this truck with a DEF pump went. And that probably that's one of the major reasons why I want to upgrade the truck, is because of the warranty. I have no warranty left on this one. Anything that breaks down, it's out of my pocket. And with these trucks, the repairs can be like very costly. Like, and of course, it's nothing to do with usually it's nothing to do with the engine. It has everything to do with its emissions. Thank you, government. Thank you very much. And of course, big thanks, because the fuel of price fuel. What's wrong with me? The price of the fuel varies so much between Canada and the States. I want maximum tanks, so at least 150 gallons on each side, so 300 gallons. Right now I have 125 dual. Anyway, so it's gonna be an exciting truck. I just wanted to share the news. So yeah, I am getting a new truck. I have no doubt about that, because now I see the light, so to speak. I see how it can be done. It will work. All I gotta decide now is like this over here. See, that's what is it? 680, right? That's 680. Oh, that's Peterbilt. Yeah, the salesperson asked me like about this 880, right? Everybody's buying those, but it's a roomier inside. There's more room. The interior is redesigned. Of course, here's a guy leaving. Look at this guy. He's a Landstar Kenworth with a 35-ton trailer. He was just sitting next, opposite me. And yeah, the salesperson was saying, do I still want to stay with T800, or do I want to switch to 880? So roomier cab, updated design, inside, bumper. They redesigned the bumper. Like, one thing that really annoys the heck out of me in a T800 is how stupid the front looks. Like, there's a gap like this, I don't know, 3 feet between the tire and the bumper. It's like they never finished. They started doing something and then they never finished the design. It's kind of like half-baked, but at least on 880 they put an insert on the sides. And I even asked the salesperson about this. I said, why is it not possible to do that on a T800, on the Terminator? They said, no, that's how they were done. All these inserts are only available with the newer truck. And so the newer truck, 880, looks better in all respects, except there's no option to get outside coolers. I mean, air cleaners. And I used not to be a fan of them, because of course they affect your fuel mileage. But then when you do heavy haul, there's no fuel mileage to begin with. You just need lots of cool air. You need lots of power, especially in the summer, climbing a big hill with some 100,000 pound machine. So I want those. But also Kenworth offers 2 sizes. They have 13-inch cleaners, 13-inch in diameter, and then they have 15. 15 is what like people used to put on before. But 13 is more than enough. That's what everybody does now. And I'm still not decided about the radiator. I might go crazy and get a white hood, but I don't know. That would really, kill the fuel mileage, I think. The truck would look amazing, but I don't know. I know a couple of guys that do really heavy loads and they just have a regular T800. And speaking about color, yeah, it was like red, like this truck that I showed you, like next to me here. But there's so many, you do want to stand out. Definitely not white. because there's too many of them, and definitely not black or dark like my truck, too hot inside in the summer. So I want something light, some kind of a light color. You guys make a suggestion. Anybody knows of anything that except pink that looks kind of like unusual and practical and would not affect the look at me, I'm like Donald Trump, would not affect the resale value. Alright, that was just a quick video. Oh, and what I'm doing now, so once I deliver this, it's rush again, and I gotta go towards Atlanta, Georgia, 350 miles, and do the load I did before. You guys will remember, I don't know, I think maybe it was last summer, but I did a forestry machine. It's a Caterpillar forestry machine. Looks like an excavator, except it has, you know, those things. I don't know if it's gonna ship with those or just with the boom. One of those, you know, weird machines with super long boom that I had trouble once when it was in the back, if you remember, with the trailer, right? So, but this one, it should be small. It's only 68,000 pounds, and I'll be going back to Canada. So for now, I have to deliver this one. What's the time? ETA is 2:40. Perfect. I want to be there at 3 o'clock down at the ocean, and then it's probably will take me 1 hour, and I'll do maybe a couple of hours of driving after that, and the rest tomorrow, and then load that machine and go to Canada. But I'll do a different video about that one. So for now, I just wanted to share the big news, is that yeah, I am getting a new truck. You guys are in for a treat. So video should be more interesting, so let me know what you think. And once again, all comments will be disabled after 10 bad, morose, idiotic comments. Stay tuned.